और अब प्रोग्राम में रुख करते हैं बांग्लादेश का, जहां पर बांग्लादेश की जो सियासी जमातें हैं वो अब इलेक्शन से पहले रेफरेंडम पर राज़ी हुई हैं। ये जो रिफॉर्म रेफरेंडम है, इसका मामला क्या है और ये कब होगा, इस हवाले से हम बात करेंगे। हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं मोहम्मद कमरुज़्ज़मान साहब, जो कि जर्नलिस्ट हैं, बांग्लादेश से हमें ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं। अस्सलाम वालेकुम कमरुज़्ज़मान।
Walaikum assalam. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you for giving us your time for the program. So, Kamran Saman, can you tell us why was there a need for this referendum in the recent political crisis that is going on in Bangladesh?
Actually, you know that Bangladesh experienced a very big revolution just 1 year back. And before that, the country witnessed nearly 16-year-long authoritarian regime in the name of democracy. And at that time, Bangladesh was not functioning properly. The economy was about to collapse. Banks were looted, and huge amount of money, billions of dollars, were laundered to abroad. So the country was almost at the verge of a big famine, like in 1974 during the regime of the ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's father. So the country gone through a very adverse situation, and after 16-year-long authoritarian regime, now there is a change. So of course all the political parties have big hope, and all the political parties actually have been waiting for a good time. And now you know that there is a election upcoming just next year in February, according to the declaration of the interim government. So political parties are in a little bit hurry mood to gain the public support. So every political party is now trying to catch the attention of the people through their own activities. So there is huge competition now. And due to this situation, there are some divisions among the political parties. And you know that as the 16-year-long regime was like nightmare, so there are huge needs among the political parties also. So we see some incidents of extortion and other activities by the people affiliated to different political parties. So there are some chaos. And at this moment, to make the country or to run the country through a healthy process, actually a referendum is important. And another fact is that you know that still now in administration and all other important sectors of the government, there are people who are very much loyal to the ousted authoritarian regime. So there is also tension among the political parties, and there are also hidden negotiations. The officials are trying to influence the political parties behind the screen, and they are trying to influence. So there are some uneasy mood among the politicians. So at this situation, actually, a referendum is very much important to function the country in a healthy and in a prosperous manner.
Okay, and can you please elaborate for our viewers what are the key points included in the July Charter, and how can these points improve the political situation in the country?
Actually, in this July Charter, the main appeal is that Bangladesh will function based on democracy, and there is no place of autocracy, there is no place of fascism. Actually, Hasina established a fascist country, fascist regime here in Bangladesh, and you know there were huge number of extrajudicial killings, enforced disappearances, and Hasina. Actually, the main source of power of Hasina is the naked support of the neighboring India. So there is now a serious sentiment, anti-Indian sentiment. Actually, this is not the hate to India generously, actually the hate to Indian hegemony. So Bangladeshi people are still now in fear that Hasina is in India. And from there, she is threatening the people in Bangladesh. Even Hasina is threatening very nakedly to annihilate like hard time, to kill people even still now. So there is fear among some people now. So the key point of the July Charter was that Bangladesh will function by the Bangladeshi people and no external hegemony. And Bangladesh will practice democracy in true sense, not any artificial democracy as done by former or ousted or dethroned Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. So that is one side. And another side is that Bangladesh is very much interested to establish rule of law, justice, and fair election. That was totally violated by the ex regime, because you know that in 2014, in 2018, and 2024 there were three elections under Sheikh Hasina administration, and all those elections were very much farcical and intimidated. And even there was vivid instance of ballot stuffing on the previous night. So Bangladesh now want to establish democracy, and Bangladesh is waiting for a peaceful and participatory national election.
Right. And what is the stance of the various political parties of Bangladesh on this charter? Were they consulted during its preparation, and is there any party that disagrees with it?
Actually, there are some, mostly they are agree, but there are some minor discourse among the political parties. For example, some wants election and referendum separately. Some want together. So there are some that type of discord among the political parties. But in a broader sense, what we can say based on the situation here now is that all the political parties are very much interested to see a very fair and participatory election. And Bangladeshi people are also so much hungry for a fair election. Just think, 16 year, last 16 year, there was no fair election. So the people who are now voters and people couldn't exercise their voting right for the 16 years. So majority of the voters, they couldn't exercise their voting right. So they are also waiting to exercise their voting right. And the political parties also want to ensure. So they have different methods actually. And there are also tensions among the political parties, competitions among the political parties. But sometimes those competition doesn't go through a peaceful manner. Sometimes it turns into hatred. So that is a problem. And in regarding dealing with the charter, there are also some discourse among the political parties. But Dr. Yunus, you know that there is a consensus commission, and that commission is also desperately trying to make all the political parties to a position that ignoring minor dissimilarities or minor disagreeing, they come to a position for the greater interest of the country. And already there are so many meetings of that consensus commission formed by the interim government led by Professor Muhammad Yunus. So we are also hopeful that despite some disagreement, there will be good in the future for the greater interest of the political parties, because they also want peace, because they have very bitter experience in the last 16 years.
And why is there a disagreement among various political parties regarding the date of the referendum, and how might this disagreement affect future political stability?
Actually, it generously it may it seems that it has an adverse impact in the politics of Bangladesh in the near future, but it's very natural. Just think logically. After such a revolution, and even after that revolution, you know that now there is a trial of Sheikh Hasina and trial of genocide and crimes against humanity and mass murders happened during the last July uprising. So there are so many very sensitive issues here, and political parties are also thinking about their future. So they are calculating from their own point of view. For example, just after the July uprising on August 5, BNP was in a very good position, because it was the mindset of all the mass people that the alternative of Awami League is BNP. So it was very natural. So BNP was at that time trying to hold the election as early as possible at that time. It was the position of BNP at that time. But all the other political parties, they were desperate at that time for reforms, because they argued that in all the sectors, there are people who were appointed on political basis during Hasina regime. So first, that was the big the discord among the political parties, especially the main two political parties, BNP, Bangladesh Nationalist Party, and Jamaat Islami. Gradually, when the election was delaying, now BNP is a little bit different position, because in the meantime there were some political crimes here, especially extortion, and most of the people are affiliated with BNP politics. They were involved in extortion. Actually, they need, according to their logic, in the last 16 years they were deprived. However, so now the popularity has turned a little bit to Jamaat Islami. In the meantime, the students who were the leaders of the July uprising, they formed a political party, that National Citizens Party. So there is also a possibility that people may turn to this new political platform because they are hopeful about the young generation. So there are so many political calculations after minusing Awami League. That was a big monster in this country. So now there are various calculations, various interest groups. That's why a little bit unrest is prevailing. But Dr. Yunus is trying to address this critical situation.
And what is the public opinion regarding this referendum and the reforms? Do they have hopes for these changes?
Actually, you know that Bangladesh is a country, most of the people are not so much educated. Actually, people even don't understand what is referendum, how it functions. They are not so much conscious about. They want the insurance of their safety. They want to buy their daily products in a cheaper rate. They just want to have normal foods and peaceful sleeping. That is the main demand of the people. So even sometimes when anything is discussed much, people are afraid whether something bad to be happened in the future or not. Actually, people want a fair and peaceful election as soon as possible. But before that, people also want justice, because unfortunately, there are thousands of families where there are victims of torturing under police custody or enforced disappearances or extrajudicial killings. So mass people were seriously affected during Hasina regime. So people are also very much conscious about the justice. They want to see punishment of the criminals who conducted genocide here in this country. But about referendum, actually people are not at all conscious. But they want a fair and participatory election, and people are also afraid sometimes when they see the discourse in a very rough way among the political parties. They want all the political parties, minusing Awami League, they should discuss, they should hold dialogues on the critical issues, and they should work together for the greater interest of the country. And another significant aspect is that after the July uprising, people are silently conscious. This is a very significant side. So to whom the support will finally go, it's really uncertain. And silently people may do anything in the next upcoming national election.